would like to know your notes. Yeah. Tell me. So you're going to go for direction. I didn't get direction.
No. A bit blah.
A bit blah.
Not clear. Babe. I think blah is like babe.
Run on from Penfold to get it on. Get a bit like gray. Yeah. Definitely. She hasn't bought her. For her it's okay. But ahora no sure. Sorry.
Okay, some quick definitions. Yeah, she says, spill your guts. Here, your guts, spill them. Yeah, so metaphor, tell me everything. Yeah. Lucky duck, just a rhyme. So very lucky. Oh, you lucky duck. Babe, just a loving term, you know, like darling, sexy person, whatever. If someone's in your hair, they're bothering you, disturbing. You keep out of someone's hair, you don't disturb them, don't bother them. They're in the spa, in the bath together. Kel's the husband of Kim, says, a penny for your thoughts, which means I'll pay a penny if you tell me what you're thinking. It's just a little collocation. A penny for your thoughts. What are you thinking? I think she says, oh, I'm flat as a tack. It means, if you think of a tack is like a nail, but a nail with a very flat head, you know, a tack that you put things on the wall with. Not actually a long nail, but it's got a flat head. So, as flat as a tack, there's a kind of half rhyme there with that Yeah. It's like dry as a bone, dead as a doornail, flat as a tack, just one of those little structures. So here she means the flat is metaphorical. I'm very tired. When you're flat, I'm feeling flat, uninspired, tired, no energy. He says, I'm feeling a bit blur. It's just part of the sound of the word, isn't it? I'm not feeling well. I'm also feeling a bit tired, a bit sick, a bit blur. She says, can I run something? Now the most common expression is, can I run something by you? Very common in an office, you know. I've got an email I've got to send. I say to Heine, can I just run this by you? What do you think? Yeah, I want to get your ideas. Yeah, I'll run this by you. So that's the simple form. Now she says, I want to run something up your flagpole. Just like put up a flag. It's just a more developed metaphor. The thing about Kath, as I said, she's trying to climb the social ladder. So she tries to use these big words that she can't really pronounce. Like at the beginning she says anticipation. You might have heard that. Because it's a long word. She's not well educated. she can't really say it. So she tries to say these things in a very kind of developed way, and they don't really work. That's part of her character and part of the humour there. Okay, so it's a development of that run something by you, which means ask someone for their ideas. Leave it open actually. Sorry. It's a bit hot with all the computers running. Now this one, I couldn't give a fat rats. That's also a development of simple form. Okay, if we go back to this basic one, someone, if you give a shit about something, you've heard this expression? I couldn't give a shit, which means I couldn't care. I don't care. And there are various forms of that, and there are various strengths. I couldn't give a shit, I couldn't give a bugger, I couldn't give a fuck, obviously that one's the strongest. By the way, we're doing slang this term, I'm going to be using obscene language at times, right? Because you need to know the levels, right? It's quite important. We'll do one lesson on, one or two, on the strength of different swearing, so you know if you want to use it, or if you hear it, you know how strong someone's feeling. It's quite important to understand that stuff. So, apologies if it's a problem, but we do need to go through it. So all of those mean the same thing, but that's getting stronger as we go down. Probably actually, bugger is a bit softer than shit. I couldn't give a bugger, I couldn't give a shit, I couldn't give a fuck, yeah. So just put those around the other way. Now this is just a variation because normally you say the rats thing is I couldn't give a rat's ass. That's an expression. I couldn't give a rat's ass. Ass, bum. Now ass, the spelling, that's how I spell ass. Americans will spell it like that. Yeah? And they say more ass, don't they? Yeah. But that spelling here means like a donkey. Yeah, you know, a donkey or an ass, related animals. I mean, it's becoming more common now as we get more American. You'll see that written here, but the more traditional way is that, just so you know the spelling. So I couldn't give a rat's ass, but she doesn't say that, she leaves that off. I couldn't give a fat rats. There's a bit of rhyme there. It's a bit like this one. Now, so I'm sure, you know, in your native language, people take often expressions, don't they, and then they develop them. And there's that bit of creativity there. So that's what's going on there. So, you know, this is not easy. I mean, it's not even straightforward slang, is it? There's been this extra development here, and where was it? Somewhere else. This one as well. These two are particularly complex. Okay, this one, quite common, straightforward. You've heard this expression? Someone's got an issue with something. Someone's got a problem. Don't know if it's really slang, but it's just very common spoken. Yeah. So, did you manage to get some of those? Right? From just, yeah, now, you know, did you find with some of these you hadn't heard them before, but from the context you were able to successfully guess? You know, even if it's 20 or 30%, that's worth the exercise, working your way through, and you know, be happy with that, and don't worry about the ones you don't get. Come back a year later, try it again, you'll pick up another 20 or 30%. You know, these sort of things you can cycle your way through over time. But yeah, if you're getting 20 or 30% of these through just guessing, that's a worthwhile activity, because in 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes and 20, take off the promotion, yeah, 2 minutes, you're going to get quite a lot of learning going on there. It's worth it, yeah.
I think the other thing is that when you write that on the board, I cannot guess for it. But when they talk about in the film there,
Yeah,
the body language,
absolutely, yeah.
It's another different, you can guess.
Absolutely, that's right. From your film, your whole visual environment, social context, the logic of the relationship, you can guess, can't you? And like you say, the non-verbals, yeah. So, yeah, what I would do both. I would watch it and try to capture it. If you can turn the subtitles on, that helps, of course. But if not, just use your ear, try to get them, and then, yeah, watch it again to develop your guessing, rather than just guess off the page.
Yes.
I agree. It's going to help you to, once you've captured them, go back and have another look, and it will help you figure it out. Yeah. Let's just now, once you've done that, go back and just consolidate them by, now we know what they mean, let's hear them in context again, and you'll probably
Get on the net, Dole, we're going.
see the...
Brett is taking me on a room. Oh, I don't mind, Mrs. D. I have got...
So my point is, what we're trying to do here is just a little mini sample of what you should do, yourself in your own time when you have the time. And yeah, once you figure it out, don't leave it at that. Go back and now listen to it in context to sort of cement the understanding of these things.
Does anyone mind if I have this ham?
Oh no, Sharon, but it's pretty old and swallowed it.
Oh, I don't mind, Mrs. D. I have got my indoor cricket semi-final on tonight. We are going to win for sure. I've got a plan.
Guess what? We've got some news.
You've fallen again.
No, better than that.
You bought a home unit.
No. Oh, well, come on, spill your guts. I'm shivering with anticipation.
Brett is taking me on a romantic holiday to the Height Coolum.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, Coolum. That's sexy, isn't it? How can you afford that?
Well, a stretch, but it'll be worth it, I owe it to Kim.
Oh, wow, Kim. Coolum. You are a lucky duck.
It's going to be so good for our marriage, isn't it, babe?
Yeah.
We just need some time on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, just need a little bit of space. Get away from everything, everyone,
Oh, well, Brett, Kel and I do try and keep out of your hairs, but it is a small home, I grant you that. It's not always possible.
I didn't mean that.
I know what you mean, Brett. Gee, Kel and I wouldn't mind going to a nice Queensland resort, having some time on our own.
Gee, I don't need any more time on my own.
Penny for your thoughts, lovely lady.
I'm just tired at the moment, Kel. I seem to have lost my rasa sayang, as we say in Indonesian class.
You what, Kim?
My lust for life. I'm just flat as a tack at the moment.
Not from this angle.
Oh, Kel, turn around. I'll wash your hair.
Yeah, I feel a bit blah. Probably just Melbourne winter.
Well, speaking of Melbourne winter, Kel, I've had a thought. Can I run something up your flagpole?
Fire away.
This is Big Brother. Catherine,
Don't, Brett. Kim, I've just been talking to Kel upstairs, and he reckons he can take some time off from the shop. So we were thinking maybe we'd come up to Coolum too. Would that be a problem if we came?
Oh, I couldn't give a fat rat.
Just in terms of character, the daughter is always rude, always grumpy, and yeah, she just says all these rude things like that to her mother all the time. She's a very, kind of continuously unhappy character.
Ow, Brett. What? We can look after X while we go to happy hour.
Brett, have you got an issue with us coming?
Okay, no. Just thought it might be a chance for Kim and I to be alone.
Oh, yeah, but, we can all be alone together. It'd be great.
There you go. So that's a little sample of a resource and perhaps how to work through it, yeah? That time, is it starting to get a bit clearer?
Yeah,
And
much
getting
more.
used to the accent? Yeah. It just takes a bit of, it's like deep sea diving, is it? You just got to go down and get used to the pressure down there. Yeah. So look, I think that's a good start with some slang resources. Why don't we stop there for a break? Next week we'll have a look at some other material on Australian culture and a little bit more stuff on slang. But I think you got some resources to keep you going there. And after the break, we'll look at a bit of reading. We'll do a practice reading assessment exercise, not an assessment. But I'll just give you a piece that's very similar to the stuff we're going to do for assessment and look at how to approach it, the kind of questions you might get.
John,
Yeah.
can we do some assessment every Friday for exam one, similar like exam?
Well, that's what we're doing today, like practice. I'm not necessarily saying it every Friday. We'll just have to see how we go. But
So
we
it's
will
getting
have a few
closer
practices.
for-
So
for
yeah,
exam now.
yeah, that's right. Cool. We'll have a break and we'll